Hi guys, it's Liliana the Magnificent and welcome back to my main city, Dukes of Honey. Happy birthday, Forge of Empires! I am so excited. I have a little birthday present for you, just like last year, but also just like last year, you guys also gifted all of us players a awesome present. So, players, if you're around, you still have 9 hours left to use your 500% boosts. So, go enjoy them. Hopefully, you have been enjoying them today, and thank you always for thinking of us, Forge of Empires, and trying to make something special that we enjoy. So, just like last year, I did make a video of a compilation utilizing a bunch of players. So last year's was about why we like to play Forge of Empires. And this year, I reached out to a ton of guilds and also my friends list, both on B World and on H World. And it's been really, really exciting and fun to see how everybody has been working together. And as you kind of like watch this progression, you can see how players interacted with each other within their guilds, within the threads. So I'm super excited. These are all funny idiosyncrasies about the game. So buckle up, get some popcorn, some candy, sit back, relax, and hopefully you enjoy the creativity that the players of Forge of Empires have for each other and also for the people that make this game awesome for us. So the first one was the inspiration for this video. These event quests must make my citizens question their sanity. Build a factory. Now wreck and rebuild it 8 times. Tear down those military fabrications and erect 24 blacksmiths, like back in the Dark Ages. Build 32 hollow projection billboards. Tear them all down. Build that same house on that land 6 times. I didn't know when I signed up for the game I would receive so many aids. I had no idea that it was so beneficial to give aids. Who knew? Every time I respond to an SOS, the survivor has eerily disappeared. It must have been a pirate, though, because I discovered treasure every time. Some of us are such loyal players, we invented sleep forging. However, in the morning, we realized we deleted something important. Further on sleep forging, better have deleted something than to wake up and figure out you spent a wad of diamonds in Egypt. As you cross my beautiful Hunami Bridge, you see the abysmal abandoned asylum on your left, and I would gladly demolish that bridge and build another asylum. I just need to barter about 50,000 more self-aid kits so I can afford another one. Yay! 56 new statues, 1 second, and then utter destruction. Herding cats. Herding 50 cats is far easier than getting 5 people to all be in one place at one time and stay there for more than 20 seconds if still setting up to do some speed leveling on another person's great building. FoE, the only place you encourage your friends to hang out in your tavern all day and all night without the fear of them becoming alcoholics. My city is the only city on the earth where most of my citizens are enthusiastic about being unemployed and homeless. Only on FoE do you curse getting double and quadruple blueprints for free. So, you ever find a polar bear on a raft holding 10 fusion reactors? My city is full of intellectuals. I have 1,075 people playing human chess at my checkmate square, and they're doing it on every corner. Who would have thunk it was such a popular event? FoE, the only city where stealing is rewarded. I can't wait to put on my cat suit tonight and go out and rob a couple of my neighbors. My people are confused about the 3 lighthouses and how come I have work for 3,000 out of my 61,000 people. Many have been wondering, An ice pagoda is an alternate final upgrade to the pagoda and is available in a special mystery box that you win upon completion of this event and contains a potential pagoda upgrade. It gives both attack and defense bonus for your attacking army and gives guild treasury goods instead of goods for your city. And the rest of the collectibles are the same as the fire pagoda. The mystery box also gives a tool that can be used in the archaeology event to deactivate the newly added traps. Oh, and there's a store kit in the box too. That's an Easter egg. Supplied by Sirius Green, in case you're wondering. All I know is that my city currently has 178.9 thousand enthusiastic unemployment citizens. All my citizens are homeless because my city has no houses. I think my citizens' enthusiasm can partly be attributed to the quadrillion drinks produced on St. Patty's Day. My citizens are perfectly content with the fact that there is a virtual army in my city, while we still have not figured out how to create electricity or steam energy. My citizens gained 30 pounds since I put in the winter bakeries. The captain's horse is now swayback. All the children of my town were dropped off at the merry-go-round that never stops. Where do I find one of these in real life? Nothing makes me happier than diamonds. Fortunately, I have plenty of nothing. My lighthouse operator needs to be fired. My city is constantly having shipwrecks. Is there a training course he needs to take? Or, as Desert Blizzard asks, who mows the lawn around here? Ark? What does it do? Wait, am I in a floodplain? How about infinite supply of troops from Alcatraz? Or losing attached troops but never losing any population in your city? How about the effectiveness of that Bronze Age schoolhouse at teaching everyone that homeschooling is far superior, and that although a tavern will make folks a bit happier, they don't pay off in the long run either? Do all their customers switch to homebrew? My citizens think I'm a narcissist. I celebrate my unbirthday party at least 100 times a day. My citizens and friends that visit think I'm a pervert. I advertise my kraken has 9 tentacles. It's a boy kraken. Go ahead. Look, count the tentacles. FoE, the only place I can go to 80 different taverns and not get drunk. FoE, the only place the Ark is used to snipe your neighbors and not save animals. Forge of Empires, the only place where you are happy to see an incident on your city streets. Forge of Empires, yes, those elk are still fighting. Forge of Empires, a game for people who don't mind spending the day at the antique dealer. Just 5 more minutes and I'm going to bed. Those frozen oranges can do real damage. Forge of Empires, a game for people who hate their neighbors. Have you seen California lately? My 2 lonely spearmen of my city watch get bored checking on the 20-plus sentinel outposts every day. They are also getting jealous of the gadgets my commandos and IFV teams get to fight with. I was considering sending my spearmen to Mars and protect my colony, but I sent a Viking and an Egyptian instead. I was considering spending... Oops, sorry, I did that one again, you guys. Occasionally, my city, a random, large building, suddenly... Oh, wait. Girls, start over. Occasionally, in my city, a random large building suddenly lifts up from its foundation and flies around the city streets, collecting tree branches and debris. It's called the Hoover Incident. My citizens worship the great and benevolent Skyfinger. Pomotivate. who drops down and randomly gives aid to their houses and production buildings, making them very happy. They equally fear the war god, Plundar, who in his wrath will often stealthily return and deprive them of their hard-earned day's wages and goods after a lost battle with a neighboring tribe. To add to my citizens are all homeless, or to your citizens are all homeless, I guess I should say. My citizens are all homeless and unemployed, but they are super happy because I built a massive prism that randomly spawns war equipment. So they walk around the city all day looking at the random crap, which has no flow or rhythm, but makes them quite happy anyway. Like Astros, my people are very happy too, and evidently have time on their hands. They wander the streets aimlessly, never stopping in any of the grand buildings I provided for their entertainment, salvation, or general enlightenment. Makes me wonder what they really are growing on those terrace farms. My favorite place is the neighborhood tavern. This is where I go to drink daily with a group of friendly faces. Like most taverns, I can always get a real boost, pick up a little silver, or just find out who's hanging out and who hasn't been around much in a while. I love adding to my friends list, and they are one of my favorite parts of the game. I also really love the antique dealer. It's a great place to swap all those things from GE or events that don't fit into the village landscape or that my citizens have outgrown. For the white elephant, what was I know thinking? Event building that everyone has. You know what I mean. And hopefully I can pick up that last upgrade I missed or something I need in exchange instead. Here's to hoping. Speaking of antique dealer, my citizens are busy pulling fast ones on them. They just sold them a hollow ad to go with the astronaut training dormitory that they sold them last week. In their defense, they spend a lot of time making them look old before passing them off as antiques. Freaking love that one. Okay. In my other worlds, my city is in shambles. Unemployment rate is pushing 95%. Only enough housing for about half of them as well. I have tens of thousands of people living in lighthouses, underneath bridges, trains, boats, or in blimps. The local Druids have taken in a couple thousand as well, but resources are limited. They are all malnourished as well, since the only resource of food for the 150K living there is a handful of wheat fields. If it wasn't for my military riches everywhere, I fear what may become of me. I'm feeding my people plankton and algae. They wash it down with purified water and coffee. My citizens are employed and wealthy, but also persistently homeless. It makes them unhappy. There is a house for wolves, but none for them. I am fresh out of Spink. Anyone seen that young red-headed girl? One of my favorite things about FoE is being in my guild. We do everything together like a group of great friends. We team up for competitions and guild expeditions, guild versus guild, or guild battlegrounds. And we work together, erecting great buildings and trading goods, and sometimes just joking around. The best guilds are like the Three Musketeers, all for one and one for all. The worst ones are like the Red Wedding in the Game of Thrones. You are lucky if you get out alive. FOE should be fun. There are hundreds of guilds. Swipe right for one for you. My town houses 6,000 people, but I see no one walking around. All of them are living in a huge building that is connected to all the buildings through tunnels. But if one building doesn't have a road, the workers go on strike and don't produce anything. Isn't that weird? Some of my citizens work in fancy futuristic buildings while many suffer in primitive blacksmiths. The blacksmiths get orders to deliver horseshoes and helmets on a tight schedule. After some festivals, they are destroyed to make space for other buildings. What a poor life. Oh no, I forgot to. Oh no, that person has not. Oh no. Oh, there's a couple on this one. I forgot. He did a couple on here. I was confused. Whew. I was a little nervous. Forgot he wrote me a lot. Here we go. There's more. My town citizens are crazy about blowing up buildings. They go round the clock to produce bags and kegs of gunpowder. Though there is some use in the town, the main order of business is exporting. Every week, the town exports loads and loads of gunpowder to fund the expeditions. There's always a race to see how many complete the dangerous expeditions among the volcanoes. Sometimes we win, and sometimes we lose. It's all part of the life. The town has a giant prison on its own. But the weird thing is, people are happy about it. The prison produces some weird blokes to the town. You send them to fight with some horsemen, they even can destroy the cannons. But you send them only among themselves. They burn to ashes, even if an archer attacks them with an arrow. They're fun to keep. Those were all by one person. I have over 15,000 citizens in Bishopland. They are insanely happy, but I think it's because they keep smoking all the rope they make. I've told them time and time again that it's just rope, but they persist. Now they've begun recruiting the military because there is so much rope lying around. We can't sell it fast enough. The military has been doing extensive repelling training. We've only lost a few dozen soldiers with these exercises, but more rope and more soldiers keep showing up. We've been on a mission in search of George of the Jungle to see if he would like some rope. We'd gladly give him all that he could use. That George surely is elusive. Our quest shall continue. My clan of 30,000 transplanted from Costa Rica, they enjoy the beaches and tend to gravitate there each evening and sleep on the beach. They enjoy a fishing trip, and believe it or not, they will hunt the occasional polar bear from time to time. And don't forget the shipwrecks they get involved with and the SOS they send. 2002, 702, 2,200, 702. Whoa, that was specific. In this civilization, and only 48K need employing, so everybody works a week and takes 3 off to go explore Mars, the asteroid belt, and whatever they desire. Work, play, learn, create, and progress. From ancient archaeology to space station softball leagues, it's a thing. We put men on Mars and women are headed to Venus. I love that one. I don't think I Know cares about consent. They demand we grab other players' goods in trade for ours. Some may grab them even if your goods aren't up to their standards, just for the right price. I thought maybe the sun was getting to me at first, or maybe those berries I ate were not safe. But I spotted a rhino on a raft with a pink umbrella a few 100 feet off the shore. I have swam out to meet him many times, and the gifts he brings are usually very nice. Last time he gave me diamonds. It's been a while since his last visit, and frankly, I'm growing a little concerned. My friends don't believe me, but I know he's real. I love picking cherries so much that even after the cherry event is over, I still frantically search for more cherry trees. How many frogs made it across the pond? None. I had frog legs. Another year and the Charcoal Express is still chugging along. No one's escaped from my Alcatraz yet. Indiana Jones is still in my temple. My stargazer found a new planet. And there's a drug scandal in the governor's villa. All in all, just another day in the office. I really loved GBG until I got carpal tunnel syndrome trying to fight. My wrists got injured more than my soldiers. I like FoE just to watch my Kraken. Oftentimes, when it is empty, I like to fill my Kraken. I get so tired of doing negotiations that I select the same goods over and over until I run out. I wish my NFL team could face the FoE defense. Does anyone else get really pissed off when they get the gold guy in GE and they think they're going to get 200 forge points and they just get a freaking gate? Like a gate? I just spent $672 in diamonds to get my Temple of Relics to a point where I could get some freaking forge points and I got a gate? For the love of God, why? How many pink T-birds can one city have? I've 4 two-lane roads and 100 T-birds. And where do they disappear to? I got 10 sleigh builders, and I still can't build a single sleigh. I've started a new FoE drinking game. Every time someone sits down in my tavern, I pour myself a drink. My citizens fear the finger of God. I also mutter to myself, yes, boss, or zug zug, when I start a new building. Original Warcraft citizen noises. Am I the only person who gains happiness when a neighbor polishes my maypole? I'm always afraid to hit the motivate button because I'm not a great public speaker. Whoa! This guild chat is blowing up. I'm on mobile, so it might take me a while to find that sector that's under siege. Okay, 2268. I don't see that on the GBG map. Let me restart my phone. Okay. Don't know why they keep calling the GBG map GVG. Okay, you need a DA. Why are we getting lawyers involved? I still can't find this sector. I want prestige too. Can I get involved in this support pool? My money is on our guild. Wish I could find this map on my phone. I will restart it one more time. And just to clarify, you mean GBG, not GVG, right? A settlement isn't really a settlement unless you've built it 15 times. Just chilling with the Vikings. Every time I restart that Viking settlement, I wonder myself if he is Bajorn again. Viking settlement is a ford of empires. Oh my gosh. When I was in your age, we didn't even have colonial. We had the Middle Ages, and even the ones who got there first were still late. FOE gods, what did I do wrong? We live in gardens and mills and even sleep on the steps of great buildings. I saw others in a train with no tracks. How did we get a train with no tracks? Some of us have even found refuge in bakeries and temples. Oh God, what did I do wrong and where is my house? Scrolling around. One of these days, I will find that one little pod home that needs harvesting. Where is it? Leadership, call to action. Hurry and flip the sector. No! Stop at 140. Never mind, take it to 150. Scratch that last message and just flip the damn thing. No wonder I need schnapps to play this game. Stop at 140. Folks, the number is 140, not 160. Now the Alliance hates us. My family resents me. The last vestiges of friendship I just had on this server have been decimated, and my dog just bit me. A rogue flip on GBG? I have 2,000 rogues. How the heck am I supposed to find out which one did it? My favorite FOE player. Joins guild. Hi everyone! I'm happy to be here! 1 minute later, you guys are using the wrong 1.9. Wrong. Change to accommodate me. 1 minute later, you all suck. Leaves guild. Folks, GBG starts this Thursday. I need to know who is going to be on the 8 a.m. crew with me. Just to make sure I didn't miss it, I stayed up all night. So far, I've had 37 cups of coffee, filled my kids' Ritalin prescription, and have been popping them like candy, and have been snorting lines of Coke with one of these reusable straws that my kids like. I can't feel my gums, but I will be the first flag dropped. Can someone please open up all the levels in GE? Circle trade, please. Guys, I really need someone to take my trades. I need them for an event. If you do this, I will put forge points on the building of your choice. Also, you have full rights to my firstborn. Call your spots on the 1.9 thread before you contribute. For those of you who are confused, do not think about putting forge points on a great building until you post the position you want, and make sure someone else has not posted it, or pay back the double the forge points. I am only bitter on days that ended Y. The rest of the year, I am happy-go-lucky. I always felt bad for the bums that lived in my shrines of knowledge. I provided plenty of housing for them, yet they refused to move it into an apartment. And the rogues who hung out in their trees pestered them terribly, throwing stuff, usually chewed gum, and beer cans at them. I almost had to shut down the convenience stores and the bar. Daily city cleanup was terrible. Oh, so there was a lot of gnashing of teeth when I got rid of those piles of sticks, because, dang it, they were supposed to be for the bunnies and possums, not full-grown men who rarely bathed and spooked good citizens walking around the city. I think some of them still refuse to take an apartment and are lurking in the weeds around Alcatraz. Talking about weed, I'm still thinking back to the days I got high in Middle Ages. And what the heck is with the shrines of inspiration? They inspire me to make sure I do better in life so I can avoid buildings like that. Sometimes I like to look at them from my governor's villa and laugh at the plebeians. Oh my gosh, awesome the dude. I can't say that word. How about clicking randomly all over your roads to find incidents hidden behind your buildings, or having 40K unemployed citizens that you need to keep enthusiastic with endless events and festivals, since you don't have the city space to put them to work? It's nice to know that no matter how late I am, my auctioneer always won't start the 2-hour auction until I arrive. I tend to drag my city hall all over my city. It does a good job at catching the incidences. My police chief still can't find the bums that keep setting up roadblocks around the city and extorting my citizens. I suspect he's behind the whole thing. When I told my husband I wanted FoE diamonds for my birthday, he bought me a cubic zirconia ring. He said, "You wanted faux diamonds? Ugh!" All my troops have staged a protest in front of my town hall. They are demanding a medical facility with advanced treatment. Every time FoE asks me to start a new settlement, my lawyer cries. One day, I fell asleep playing, and I woke up with a baby ruby in a new world. I kept her. Less than 1% of my population is employed. My city's people are having a harder time finding work than Kevin Spacey. Maybe too insensitive, but the real Notre Dame was burning and FoE players didn't care. It's a tough one. This is a great one. Liliana did so good in the St. Patty's event. Thanks, out of bubblegum. My citizens are so confused why it's spring and Halloween all year round. Reservations at my chateau have gone down since all those abandoned asylums popped up next door. I have a truce tower. Why do people keep attacking me? My Shinto temple is right next to my Aya Sophia. Do they get along? My army is huge, but I have no idea where they stay. I have 0 barracks. I have a road to victory that my citizens can't travel. That's good. What must citizens think when the city is in the Middle Ages with knights and squires, but it has this strange arc building that the leader loves? Workers in FoE explosive factories smoke cigars and toss crates of TNT like they were crates of oranges, not even making it up. Why do the children of the city flock to the carousels? Tools of the devil, I tell you. Sacrifice 2 chickens to your TOR, knock Napoleon off his horse 3 times, and gather a flash mob in your town hall. Why is there 2 lighthouses and a pirate ship in the middle of the city? We won't even discuss where Alcatraz Isle is. Alcatraz makes people happy. Is this train ever going to end? My cherry tree gave me plum rewards. Okay, I have 1 billion medals now. What can I do with them? I mean, that has to equal 1 real medal, right? My population is 431,083. Only 57,670 are gainfully employed. That means I have 413,000 people running around homeless, unemployed, yet happy and wildly enthusiastic. The tavern is the place to go where everyone knows your name. All the people live in event buildings. That means they live where things are produced. Don't we all run North Korea style enthusiastic cities? The moral dilemma. A pound of brick is worth 2 pounds of gold. Don't even think about comparing gold to concrete. Because I renovate and upgrade an old statue of Zeus, a cathedral, and a castle, and have several carousels, now my bow and arrow can destroy a tank. Bow down to Johanna the Scarberian and my mighty and powerful cherry garden sets and carousels. Ooh, and my dark doorways and all the gold. So, if you're so awesome and in the space age, then why do you have those blacksmiths? And Governor's Villa still. Aren't those so old technology? Oh, okay. I see now. The story quest people are pretty creepy. One has dreams about monsters, another is scared and doesn't know why. Another one tells me it's my birthday and then tries to extort me. Maybe the asylum is abandoned because they all escaped. Another one tells me my birthday and then tries to extort me. After having too many drinks, sitting at my friend's tavern, I get loud and annoying, but the next day I make up for it with aiding. The tower that absolutely dynamically decided to make a truce, and it stuck. They should have named it Norelco Tower. It looks like an electric shaver. Asbestos and talc should be outlawed. Cancer-causing goods. Dried herbs and coke are completely legal. A1 data and robots can do awesome things. Whew. Yes, citizens, we are a space-faring futuristic city, and we are constructing the ancient Tower of Babel. And also, don't forget that we have to build this medieval Indian palace. Okay, citizens of glorious Roman city, allow me to introduce you to a giant prison from the future. A bunch of yellow, green, blue balls stacked on top of one another, and here's a giant hotel with a green roof. My frog missed its lily pad and drowned. Also, don't you worry, guys. If we don't progress, neither do our enemy civilizations. Also, we don't lose land. They just can't attack back. And all of the land we conquer is always ours. Also, somehow, the entire world doesn't know our name, even though we conquered it. Crazy, I know. And just FYI, citizens, when we left the Middle East, we completely missed Africa and went to South America instead, even though Africa is right there. Our sailors are so talented. You notice you got a couple expansions, small 4x4s in an age or era. Then FoE is so sweet to give us a great building like the Alcatraz. 10x7. Think about that. We produce almost nothing at times, and in total our city is probably the size of an average medieval city. We've never had any castles or walls, and we've never traded with other people on the planet, yet somehow, without houses and without any coin, mints, or walls, we have conquered the world. Where does all the trash and waste go in our city? Someone just ate our candy tile. With all of these shrines of knowledge, I should be a genius. We got a train to nowhere and a landlocked ship. How does one survive a direct hit from a cannonball or a tank? I can't trust my troops anywhere. Every time my 2 commanding officers are killed, the rest go rogue. Sure, that lighthouse works all right by day, but they just must be turning it off at night. Every few days I find another ship wrecked on my shores. Speaking of things I find at the beach, I wonder how my citizens' happiness is measured. Why is there a tavern if I can only go there once every 24 hours? And where are the drinks? Why in this futuristic society of mine do I have an industrial harbor, an industrial tavern, and a colonial ship to a continent I don't even know? Also, where do these ruins come from? We're the only civilization that has ever existed here. Yeah, I just figured out what's up with all those shipwrecks. Guess what? Those darn astronomers from the observatory were behind the sabotage. And I can't say I blame them, seeing how that telescope is aimed straight at the lighthouse. Maybe I should lock them up in the Alcatraz at night. What's with those SOSs on the beach? I keep looking for someone to rescue and no one is ever there. Like I said, that's the work of our villagers. They're looking for a way out of your city. They come out at night and put those cries out for help there. And because you keep erasing them, they are stuck. I feel sorry for them. True story. So my city is well into the early Middle Ages, right? And thanks to the good guild I found, I have been able to get and build some pretty good great buildings. I'm happy, my citizens are happy, and for a few months now, I have a rustic Italian-looking terracotta vineyard with lots of lavender lawns and cypress passes. Really pretty. I love it. Gets me population, happiness, coins, metal, supply boost, attack boost, and forge points. Of course, the attack boost and forge points are because of those 2 types of fields I have chosen. And I just realized I may have done something stupid today that will mess it all up after the next collection. Ugh. You see, I needed an expansion and got it by researching crop rotations. We are all communist dictatorships, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Here's why. Our citizens do not get to make any decisions, and they have to do everything we say. Even if people are angry, we keep them here to work for us. We can completely ignore our advisors. We have total power. We conquer every single nation upon this planet under our banner and give them no representation. We can build whatever we want, wherever we want, as many times as we want. The economy belongs to us. The people have no real houses and no real jobs. We still tax the hell out of them, though. I can't catch a break these days. My construction projects are at a complete standstill. I mean, I just looked at the tall building I'm trying to get done. My people started building that months ago and it still isn't finished. I tried to get my master craftsmen to put more effort into it, and sure enough, they start giving orders. But it's like nobody understands anything anyone says anymore. Here's what my old herald, he's a nice guy, tons of experience, goes by. Sir David Lindsay, you may have heard of him, reported to me about this matter. Some said, bring mortar here at once. Then brought then they brought them stocks and stones, and their great champion ran raging like a wild lion, menacing them with words most rude, but ne'er one word they understood. I have 19,881 people sitting on their porches with nothing to do, wandering around on streets back and forth, seemingly to go nowhere. Where do the old people go? Does nobody ever die? Because there is no funeral home that I know of. This is a virtual life, and I want no part of it. Yet I cannot find a horse to drag me away from this game. I have over 200,000 enthusiastic people with no buildings to work in except for Bronze Age blacksmith huts. I must have a great social security program. Maybe a social security building for the next great building? Progressive era, maybe? Is there any age when the BP rewards don't include a coliseum? Talk about a lunch bag letdown. Sometimes I just put extra paths in a little circle if I'm in the midst of a city reorganization, and then I watch the little people walk around in the circles until they fade away. And I'm filled with despair for my own existence. I wait until the people are off the road before removing it. And here's our last one, people. I think Calypso has bewitched my city. Davy Jones is mumbling about a beached kraken. Captain Jack Sparrow is going on and on about seeing two black pearls. Elizabeth Swann has resorted back to her life at the governor's villa. Will Turner can never figure out if he has work at the blacksmith, but he's adamant that he does when the apocalypse shows up, like clockwork, every few weeks. Thank goodness I got an asylum handy. Happy birthday, Forge of Empires. I hope you guys had some good giggles, and I can't wait for another great year with you all.